In today's episode, I'm going to be building a pedal board. We're going to be using the Van Gogh powered pedal board for today's episode. So without further ado, grab some popcorn and let's get straight into this Squealing Pig Guitars episode. Hello guys, welcome back to Squealing Pig Guitars, the home of luxury drum machines here in Nottingham, England. My name is Ben Keightley and today we're going to build a pedal board. I have to say I've not had a pedal board for many years. I've been using the Kemper Profiler unit for most of the last couple of years, and recently I've been using the effects section of that Kemper into my 2-rock Bloomfield drive. But when the company Van Gogh reached out to me, they said they would send me a pedal board for free. This is not a sponsored post, but this was gifted to me. But basically it's a powered pedal board system where you basically just put your pedals on and the power supply is built within the board. I thought it was a really cool and revolutionary design, so I thought I had to check it out for today's video. So in today's episode, there's going to be a couple of different chapters. Firstly, I'm going to be building this pedal board, and then we're going to be doing a little bit of a rundown of what I've got on my pedal board and the tones that it can create. So this video is going to be a great tonal adventure, so make sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you'd like to see more videos from this channel. So I've taken it out of the box. This is what the Van Gogh pedal board comes in. It's a little gig bag, which is obviously very ideal if you're a gigging musician or you have to travel. The reason I opted for the small one instead of the big one is that when I do travel, I like to travel light, obviously. Typically, I'll be getting trains or, you know, when you get in flights, you don't want to be taking a massive pedal board. So for me, this is ideal. So I've not read any of the pamphlets. I'm just going straight in to this demo. So obviously here it looks like we've got like the power connector, all the kind of DC adapters. You've also got an adapter for obviously UK and I think that's Europe. I'm going to put that to the side for the time being. Taking off this little piece of foam, we have some Velcro, which is obviously very important to attach your pedals to the board. Have a little instruction manual, which I'll probably have to have a look at in a minute. And then here is the board itself. It's a very strong, robust pedal board. Obviously got these little indicator lights up here and a little switch down here. I assume that this will just kind of flick. Oh yeah, there we are. So this just comes out like that. It's a very kind of robust, feels a little bit like a pedal train board, but obviously you have some of the power within the board. My only concern for a pedal board like this is that the power is within the metal chassis of the actual board, so I hope that doesn't cause any interference noise when we plug it in, but I guess we will find out. So one of the crucial things that you need when you're building a pedal board is isolated power. If you get a daisy chain type power system, you're just not going to get the right power to your pedals. It means that they're going to suffer, maybe have some interference noise. This has 8 isolated 9-volt 100 milliamp power outs. All the power is down here, and you also put your audio through here. So I'm going to have a little read of this, and then we're going to start building this pedal board. But most importantly, what pedals am I going to use? So here are a few of the pedals that I want to put on the board, but obviously we have a very limited space to put on this small pedal board. So this is the fuzz pedal I've been using recently. This is the Vemuram Myriad fuzz. I'd really like that to go on. Obviously you need a tuner, so this is the Boss Chromatic tuner. Definitely need that. Then, thanks to the guys over at Flammer, they sent me these pedals a couple of months ago. This is the delay and this is the reverb. We actually gave away a set of these pedals, so whoever won them, I hope you have a great time with them pedals. Then, obviously, we need a compressor. This is the TC Electronic one. This is just one I've had for a while. It's a very cheap compressor, but it does the job. For a boost/overdrive pedal, I'm going to A/B these two pedals out. I've got the Spark Booster, which is my trusty one that I've used for years gigging. As you can see, it's had several things of Velcro on it, and it is a little bit battered. This has always been there for me, a very good boost pedal which has different options for flat, clean, and mid. And then you have a classic OD3, which I'm actually borrowing from a friend at the moment, so we'll see which one sounds best. I don't think I'll be adding this one to the pedal board, but this is a Boss Tremolo pedal that we have. In terms of sticking these pedals so they don't fall off the pedal board, we're going to have to put Velcro on here. I actually have Velcro already on these pedals, so it's quite ideal. So let's put the Velcro on and start moving these pedals around. What's great to see is that we have a kind of pedal tape situation, so the little mushrooms instead of your typical Velcro. This is very good for pedal boards. So to attach it to the board, it has adhesive on the back. You just take this little paper back off and you can stick it to your pedal board. I must warn you, I'm not a very handy person, so sorry if it isn't completely straight. So now we have the Velcro all applied. It's a very nice kind of fuzzy feel. Let's add the pedals. To scrap that, I actually think I need to put the pedal power in first. So all the power outlets are just down this strip here, and then you just plug these little leads in for where you need the power. So here we are, I've built the pedal board, and as you can see, it's a very simple setup. I decided against putting the reverb actually on the board as it's going into the effects loop of the amp, so it's just living back there. But I put 4 pedals on the board as I thought it looked the best, and it's all I really need. So obviously we've got the Boss Chromatic Tuner, we've got the Vemuran Myriad Fuzz. This is one of the best fuzz pedals I've ever heard. We then have the compressor from TC Electronic. It's called, what's it called? The Force Field Compressor. And then we have my trusty Spark Booster. Very simple board, but let's see how it sounds through the 2-rock Bloomfield drive. Okay guys, so I've got one camera here and one camera at my feet, as you can see by my trainers. This is going to be a fairly quick tone demo as we only really have 3 pedals to show you today. Obviously we have Chromatic Tuner that sounds like nothing, but I do need to tune, so let's tune it quickly. But I have to say, the whole process of making this board was incredibly easy. I would really recommend this board to anybody. They sell them on Amazon. Obviously, this isn't a sponsored video. This is just my own opinion, but it was gifted to us, so keep that in mind. So now that I've tuned up, let's hear my bass tone. So I'm using the 2-rock Bloomfield drive, and I've got the reverb from Flammer FSO2 on. To that, it's going to make it a little bit easier to play. I love compressors for this reason. It just adds infinite sustain and makes it a lot easier, especially when you're doing finger picking. So that's the Force Field Compressor from TC Electronics. A very inexpensive pedal, but it does the job for me when I'm doing these demos. Let's hear the boost pedal now. So currently I would use this over a distortion setting. So I've just moved the Bloomfield drive onto my lead master. So this is it without the Spark. With the Spark clean boost. It's a great tone, and then if you focus in the mid switch, you get a lot more gain. You also have fat mode. For me, that's the best tone from this pedal, and if you stack it with the compressor, you can get quite the distortion. And the final pedal we're going to talk about today is the Vemuran Fuzz, which is probably my favorite fuzz pedal I've ever used. You basically have these 2 knobs at the top, which is your level and your fuzz, and then you have a feel which changes it from like a germanium to more of a silicon fuzz, and then the tone obviously being bright or dark. It's the Josh Smith signature fuzz pedal, and it's incredible. So putting it on, this is what we're doing. As you lower the fuzz down and the level, you can get a really nice chewy kind of overdrive. let's finish off with some clean tones using the force field compressor. So guys, that's the end of this Squealing Pig Guitars video. I really hope you've enjoyed watching me build my first pedal board. If you have a pedal board at home, let me know in the comment section below which is your favourite pedal. But thank you so much to the guys over at Van Gogh for sending out this small powered pedal board. As I mentioned at the start, this is not a sponsored video, but it was gifted by the company. I can't wait to expand my pedal board in the future, but for the time being, this small pedal board suits me greatly. But as always guys, thank you so much for watching this Squealing Pig Guitars video. Make sure to leave a like if you've enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and leave a comment down below. But that is the end of the video guys. My name is Ben Keightley, and I'll see you tomorrow for another video. But until then, keep rocking guys. I'll see you soon.